This episode of LeapTV is made possible by Velvet Pumpkin Productions, your #1 choice for all your online video and podcasting needs. Coming up on LeapTV, a branding lesson from Cowell Motors, how to create a business with Diehard fans, and this week's performance tip, my week planner. I'm Isabelle Mercier, and this is the show that shows you that small, intentional, and consistent actions lead to massive results. A couple of weeks ago, our Volkswagen EOS was recalled due to transmission issues, which was a good timing because it needed a tune-up, so perfect. They loaned us a courtesy bug and just told us, don't worry about it, just bring it back with a full tank of gas. No problem, we drove back to the office, went on with our day. End of the day, as promised, our car is ready. So we drove back to pick up our car. We paid our bill in full, which was around $400. Ugh, that was the less fun part about that whole experience to begin with. Then right after that, it was the end of the day, so no one was there to really get us back to our car. So we had to look around a massive parking lot to find our car. Okay, so far, nothing really good about the experience, nothing really bad. It was just, I was indifferent about it. Now here comes the hiccup. The next day, we get a bill from Volks from $6.09 for gas. Come on, give me a break. I just spent $400 on my car. You told me to bring the car back full. In fact, it was above the fuel line. Now, I understand that gas prices have gone up ridiculously, but come on. What's the lesson here? If it sounds ridiculous, that's because it is. Be careful when you set your rules and policies because they can't just make sense for you. A $5 margin for gas is simply ridiculous. This one goes into my book as a brand hiccup. Now, Leapers, it's time to get involved. I want to hear about who has made you say, give me a break lately, and I know you've got some good stories for me. Simply add your comment below this video at leaptv.com. And don't forget that commenting really increases your traffic to your website. So take advantage of it. Now, before we move on with the show, I'd like to take a few moments to talk about our sponsor, Velvet Pumpkin Productions. Danielle, behind the camera, she truly is the best at helping small business really increase their online exposure. So if you want to be heard and be seen, she is the one to call. Head on over to velvetpumpkin.com for more details and special offers. This week's question is from Chayla Simons from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Chayla writes, Isabelle, thank you so much for the gift of LeapTV. You make me feel supported and less alone in the day-to-day operations of my business, and I find myself looking forward to LeapTV Thursdays. In episode number 3, you replied to a comment from George and wrote, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Can you expand on that? Chayla, your question made my day for a couple of reasons. First, I am thrilled that you feel supported by myself and by LeapTV, because that's what it's all about. And second, you have proven the value of participating. You got sparked by our viewers' comment, and it got you to participate. So keep on participating, my friend. Regarding your question, Simon Sinek says it best in his video entitled, How Great Leaders Inspire Action, which is all about the why and not the what. For over 18 years now, I've been absolutely fascinated by why some people experience massive success and why others don't. Meanwhile, everybody's got the same amount of time and pretty much the same great resources accessible to them. I'm fascinated by why you would be thrilled to buy a phone from a computer company like Apple. And you would never even think of that to buy a phone from Dell. Here's why. Apple is all about ease, beauty, and innovation. That's why you would actually consider buying a chair from Apple if they came out with a furniture line, for example. And I guarantee you that there'd be a lineup at the store waiting for that chair. It's not because it's a chair, and it's certainly not because it's coming from a computer company, because that makes absolutely no sense. Thus proving my point that it's not about what you do at all. It's about why you do it. Here's the thing. Everybody on earth know what they do. We all know what we're in business for. Some people know how they do it, and very, very few people know why they do it. It's not about what you sell, it's about why you sell it. So Chela, what does this mean for you? Start thinking about the why behind your product or your service. Why is your product relevant to me? How is it making my life better? And better yet, why should I care? What problems are you solving for me? Answering that question is the true secret code to developing and building a business with die-hard, raving fans. Do you have a burning question about branding, marketing, or anything about business for that matter? Now is your chance to get some free, innovative advice. All you got to do is click on Ask Isabel at LeapTV.com. In return for asking a question, Chela wins a 2-month free subscription to MyLeapTools.com, a vital business resource with a constantly growing collection of tips, tools, and must-know winning strategies to help entrepreneurs like you perform like never before. This week's performance tip is about my week planner. Every Friday, I have a management meeting with my business partner. What do we do in that meeting? We debrief the previous week and we plan the next one. Why is it important to plan your next week in advance? Well, for focus, efficiency, and accountability. So try it out as your leap of the week. Plan your next week like this. Plan your top 5 daily non-negotiables. All you need is one every day. Plan your top 3 must-do to-dos, the ones that are urgent and important and that will get you closer to your goals. Next is planning your top 3 would-be-nice to-dos. I like those because those are the ones that are important but not urgent, that you'd like to get done but you won't cry if you don't get to them. They're kind of like a nice bonus. And you also need to plan your what will I say no to get this done. The more planned you are for your next week, the more able you'll be able to say no to all those reactions and other people's urgencies, because those are usually the ones that really get us off track. If you've liked this week's tip, chances are you would love MyLeapTools.com. Check it out for more tips like this one. That's it for this week. Remember that everything you've learned here today will do absolutely nothing for you, unless, of course, you implement it. So take action on what you've learned today, and remember that it's much easier to do it than to dwell on it. If you want my help with a personalized one-on-one consultation to help your business grow faster, all you gotta do is click on Isabel On Demand at LeapTV.com. Also, don't forget to comment on this week's show. We want to hear your thoughts. I'm Isabelle Mercier, and you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Join me again next week for other valuable branding lessons, as well as must-have resources and strategies to help you perform like never before. See you next week.
Who are you? Where have you been all day?
It's the leather.
It's the leather, man. Holy shit. From now on, we're putting it in leather.
I'm Isabelle Mercier, and you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Join me again next week for another valuable branding lesson. Are you going to throw it or what?
We have a fake blooper.
Okay.
Please, folks, we have to fake a blooper. Please allow us to fake a blooper. Okay.
I'm Isabelle Mercier, and you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn.
That was a good one.
That's good. We got a blooper.
We got a blooper.
Okay, you gotta do the slide now.
Okay, let's do it for real now.